Hey guys, my name is Josh Smith. I'm the CEO of Montana Knife Company, and we have another new model today. This is for the field and for the kitchen, and I love this blade. This is the Sawtooth Slicer. This is a knife we developed with Steven Rinella and Meateater, and this is a really, really cool blade. In fact, Brandon, my business partner, just used this on a moose hunt up in Canada. Broke down a moose, did a ton of deboning work with this blade, and it was phenomenal. He said they actually did most of that entire moose with this knife. So it's really gonna double as a blade for the kitchen, but also, I think, a super handy boning knife out in the field. So we are calling it a slicer though, because it's really actually gonna go with our shed horn chef that we did with Steve as well. And this is really meant to go in the kitchen with that blade. But those two blades together are actually meant to take into hunting camp, maybe car camping, and really be a cool combo while you're at base camp. But this Sawtooth Slicer is gonna be a blade that I think is a really nice size, especially if you have our other chef's knives. This knife fills a cool gap that we have in our chef set right now. If you want that slicing profile, kind of longer, thinner, doing some meat carving in the kitchen, the Sawtooth Mountains in Montana are jagged. They're just epic mountains. And I think this is an epic little blade here. So the blade itself is 5 5/8 inches long from the tip to the front of the handle, and it's 10 5/8 inches long from tip to tip. So your overall length. It's also gonna come with this Kydex kind of slip sheath here. It will not come with a clip on it. I don't assume you're gonna be really clipping this on your belt, but I can see you sliding this blade in your pack. And to be quite honest, I see a lot of people buying this blade as a one-off solo knife that they're gonna have in their pack for if they do get something down. Maybe they've got a speed goat in their bino harness or on their pack strap. But if you're gonna be deboning like my son and I were doing with our moose, and we didn't have this blade done yet back in August when we were doing that. If you're gonna be deboning an elk, a moose, some of that bigger game, I could really see this being a blade you pull out of your pack to use to get around, a lot of those bones and those joints. This blade comes with Magna Cut stainless steel. It is Cerakoted black, just like the rest of our chef's knives. And it comes with a G10 handle, which again, that G10 is just a bulletproof. It's impervious to any blood, water, any of that. It doesn't get bothered by heat or cold. It's just a phenomenal blade. And then we also have these titanium screws as well. So this blade is something I think you're gonna find very handy in the kitchen and out in the field. I think it's a really cool crossover knife, and you guys are gonna love it. It's quite thin. It's got a little flex to it, which is awesome for getting around some of those joints. If you've got a deer or an elk hanging back on a meat pole at camp, this is gonna be a perfect knife for you. This knife also comes in this blaze orange with black liner. This is kind of our Meateater edition knife here. This is the one that's gonna actually have the Meateater logo on it. We are not gonna have the Meateater logo on the rest of our MKC colors. This will be kind of your standard MKC look, but we will have that logo on this orange with black liner knife. If you're a big Meateater fan, pick up this blade for sure. And this is just a cool color combo. I mean, look at that. So, this also has a little bit of a chunkier handle, especially back here on the back. So this knife isn't gonna wanna walk forward. It tapers forward here. So you're gonna actually, if this thing gets bloody and slick, fatty, greasy, it's not gonna wanna kind of walk out of your hand and lose control. It really feels nice with this thumb ramp. You can kind of choke up with your thumb. It's a really cool, handy blade, and I think you guys are gonna love it. So thanks for watching this. Thanks for the support, and pick yourself up a Sawtooth Slicer.